Hello everybody, welcome back to Stringman Guitars. We're down here in the underground lair, and a buddy of mine brought a guitar over that he traded a Gretsch for. It's a made in Japan Fender Telecaster with P90s. I can't remember it's a modern player or something like that. Anyhow, it needs a setup, and we're going with some heavier Elixir strings. So stand by, let's check it out. Okay, we have two of this Fender string trees. He tells me that he's having trouble with it staying in tune on the E and or the A and D string. Not sure why. We're gonna have to take a look at that. Anyhow, we're gonna take a quick gander down here at this. Semi-hollow. It's got the two P90s in it. Les Paul type switching. And other than being a little dirty, it's in really good shape. It had some, I don't know what they are. I thought I saw colors in there. I was going to say it had D'Addario strings. But we'll take a look and see why we're having binding issues. So stand by, I'm going to get this camera mounted. Be right back. Thank you. Okay, and taking a look at this, he said it was set up by a professional shop in the Pittsburgh area, region. We're not going to go into names. But if indeed it was set up by a professional in the region, pray tell, you see that giant gouge in the B string slot? Do you see that giant gouge in the, come on, focus. There it is. In the E string slot, do you see the tiny slots for the thicker strings? That could be part of the problem. Whoever did this, don't know what they're doing. So I did check it. It's almost intonated. I'm going to check with Buddy to see if he wants these things to go, because they really make the string hang up. So we're just going to find out what he wants to do. But yeah, on the E string, I let go this much of a turn, and it doesn't change it at all because the string is bound up in here. I'm going to take these off and look underneath there and see if he wants to go normal string tree. And I'm also not quite sure why there's two where you only need to have one. So first hurdle. So I'll be back. So yes, we found out which strings were on this. They were 50 to 10, Ernie ball, heavy top, light bottom. And what went on here are 52 to 12 Elixir nano webs. So we're going to be giving, see, handy dandy guitar making tool from Harbor Freight. $7. So anyhow, we cleaned out the fret, the nut to make it the right width. I think that's why it was pinching. And also got approval to put the string trees on there, as opposed to these things, which, if you look real close to them, they have a machined edge. Get in the camera. They have a machined edge to them, and it's flat in there. It's not like a beveled. It's not friendly to the break angle. It's this has a much lighter break angle with very little contact, but it's not sharp, just like the nut. And also found out that the nut was cut straight across, where it should be cut to the angle of the string. So we fixed that a little bit too, and still ended up with the same string height at the first fret. So we got the strings on it for tonight. We're going to let it set overnight and come back tomorrow when we can take a look at it and do the final setup. I can tell right now that the pickups are too low. At least the neck pickup is too low. The intonation, once we get everything else in line with relief, because that neck was almost arrow straight with the strings that were on it. Now with these heavier strings, I'm going to bet that I could probably, by tomorrow, after it sits, be able to just slide the 10 under there without any problem. But if we have to adjust it, we have the truss rod to do so. So that is it for tonight from the underground lair of Caveman Guitars, of Stringman Guitars. Okay, here we are back at the underground lair of Stringman Guitars, and I'm going to check a couple of measurements here now. We strung this up last night. We put string trees on it, the roller string tree type of things. Changed over to the Elixir 5211s, I think they were. Heavy strings. We widened the nut slots so that the strings would actually go through them. There were some binding issues. The nut was cut wrong initially. So now that we've sat for the better part of a day, I just tuned it up, not thinking to put the camera on. So we're in tune, and we're going to check our relief at the 7th fret. Always do it in the playing position, and Fender wants 10 1,000ths. Oh, let's put on the other light. Fender wants 10 1,000ths at the 7th fret. And that is really close. Okay, it's just a hair higher than 10, but I can I see the string moving, so we are right where we want to be there. Now that we haven't even adjusted the truss rod. And excuse me. When we first checked the string height at the 1st fret, we're at about 12 thousandths, but that was with the neck being much more flat than it is now with the heavier. Yeah, see, it's now at about between 14 and 16 thousandths, which is perfect. One of the things that my friend was saying about this guitar is when you put the capo on, it goes way radically out of tune. So let's just double check our tuning here. Let's give these strings a little bit more of a stretch. So here we are with it, using the capo at the 2nd fret. I'm at an F sharp, I'm at a B, I'm at an E, I'm at an A little bit sharp, I'm at a C sharp, and I'm just a hair sharp on an F sharp. So, I mean, that's indicative of capo use because you're bending the string anyhow. So, we have our string height set at the nut. We have the proper width. We have the proper relief on the at the 7th fret of the neck. So the neck is not too flat. It's not bananaed. And Fender wants, use our handy dandy string height gauge. Fender wants 4 thousandths, or I'm sorry, 4/64ths, and this is kind of all over the place. So I'm going to adjust the string height here, and we will be right back. Okay, boys and girls, we've got the guitar set up to specs as close as we can get it. I'd like to be able to get the P90s a little higher, but they're balanced well. Got a little bit more bite out of the bridge pickup than the neck. We've got 4/64ths all the way across, meaning the strings meet the radius of the fretboard. Intonation, we've got spot on. So everything from new strings to new roller string trees, Fender roller string trees, adjusting the nut, making sure the string height was right at the 1st fret. The relief was at just a hair over 1/10 thousandths. String height at 4/64ths all the way across, and I do that at the where the neck meets the body as well as the 12th, just to get a good average. And intonation, we're going to go ahead and clean it up and send it off to my buddy so he can enjoy playing this. So if you guys like what you see, certainly suggest you follow me on Stringman Guitars on Facebook. And if you like what you see on this channel, please subscribe. We will be having something coming up soon in a way to show some appreciation to our viewers and those that give decent comments and so forth. So we're going to wrap this up. Just going to clean it with microfiber cloth and call it done. So you guys have a good night. Like, subscribe, and peace be with you. God bless you. Good night.